Hey everybody, how y'all doing? It's Colleen with Artwork by Colleen, and I thought I'd make a cute little sunflower today. I don't know, if you've seen some of my videos, you know that I do a lot of character canes, which seems to be my favorite thing. But after making the little bees here that you can see from a previous tutorial, I decided to make some sunflowers. I'd made sunflowers a long time ago when I first started, and I'm just about out of them, so I thought we'd make a sunflower today. So first we're going to take these three colors, just a little square of each, and I'm going to make a Skinner blend with the three of these. And so in order to do that, I had actually started to cut this, and then I decided to do a short video. We're going to do this, and then we're just going to cut this one in half, kind of put it in the middle. And then we're going to come here at the end with this one. Kind of like that. And we'll go here and here with that. And push those together. And I'm going to roll this out a little bit first before I fold it over. And we're going to fold it over, and then I'm going to run this through the pasta machine several times, and then I'll be back to show you. Taking back, here's the Skinner blend. Now I'm going to run it through the pasta machine this way so I can get it long, and then we're just going to make it a bullseye. Okay, now that I have the bullseye cane, and when you chop off the ends, you're not going to see that kind of hole in the middle. I'm going to wrap it in the darker color, which was essentially the one that I started with that's in the middle. I'm going to wrap this cane with it so it gives it a little bit of an outline against it when I do the leaves on it. Okay, you can see right here I'm a little bit short, but I'm also have a little bit here, so I'm going to piecemeal that, and then I'll be back to show you. So if you look on there, ooh, sorry, the camera was shaking. If you look on there, you'll see that it's not exactly perfect, but if I just roll it a few times, it kind of blends right in. And once you start reducing your cane down, it'll be fine. So with that, now we have, I'll let you cut this a little bit so you can see a little bit better what it looks like. There you go. There you have the center of the sunflower. Now, next we're gonna do is work on the leaves. We're gonna set the centerpiece away. For the leaves, I'm gonna use these three different shades of gold, and I'm going to once again make a Skinner blend. So I'm gonna mix these three together in a Skinner blend, and I'll be back to show you what that looks like. Here's my Skinner blend. I'm gonna want to run it in the pasta machine this way to make it longer like this. Right. All right, here's my Skinner blend. Now I am gonna want this to go in a lot more because I'm going to want these. My goal is to get these colors closer together. Now reduce down this way some so that I can run it through so that my leaves, that I'll be able to cut them like that. So I'm just going to work this in and make it thicker. And I'll show you when it gets a little bit smaller. Now that I have it more the way I want to run it through, I'm still going to run it through the pasta machine like this, and then I'm going to accordion fold it. Okay, just to show you, this is what it looks like. I've got it all rolled, and now I'm going to take an accordion, fold it all the way. Now that we've got the accordion, so this is going to be what the leaves look like. We want to put some veins in them before we reduce them some more. So we're going to turn it on in, and we're going to put some veins in there. What I went and did is I took a piece of the browns that were left over from making our little bullseye cane, and I just mixed them a little, and then I rolled them out on my thinnest level on my pasta machine. So now we're going to come in here, and I'm going to slice down and we're going to add in a vein. So since I'm not sure exactly the size of it, I'm just going to kind of guesstimate here. We don't want to make them all the same height. We know, because veins kind of vary. They're not going to be too symmetrical. They're going to be a little bit all over the place. I'm just going to continue doing this just to make 3 or 4 veins. You can see what it's going to look like when it takes it all the way through. Okay, now we have some veins in. I'm going to want to wrap this in, I'm going to use white just to give it a little highlight. And I'm not going to put it along the bottom because that's going to go along the flower, but I'm going to put it around the top and sides. Maybe go to like a 4, because what I found out is if you go just straight to the finest one, once you reduce it way down, it's almost invisible, and sometimes that doesn't look as good as I'd like. So I'm going to reduce this down, cover it up, and show you what it looks like. Here I am back with the white. You just want to put it around the outer edges of, after you reduce it down, what's going to be all the leaves. It's a little bit larger, so it's not a really big deal. You just can go around there, just like that. Cut it down, and there you go. Now it conforms with the size of your leaf. Now the next thing we want to do, now that we have the leaf sort of made, the petal, really, not a leaf. I don't know why I'm saying leaf. Petal. My bad. Okay, now that we have the petal made, now we're going to want to reduce it down. So you're going to want to make it more like, they're pretty skinny, and they're actually, if you look at a sunflower, the size of the leaf, petal, wow, I don't know what's wrong with me. The size of the petal, generally speaking, is smaller than the middle. So that means we're going to be wanting to cut it, not cut it, but reduce it all the way out to about this length maybe. It's going to take me a couple of minutes to do that. I'm just going to start pushing down. When you get a little bit further to it, you're going to want to start shaping it more like a petal. But at this point, we're just squeezing and reducing, just like any other thing you're going to reduce. You're always going to cut off the very end, so don't worry about that. But you can see it's reducing itself. I'm gonna come back after I've got it reduced a little bit closer to the size of this. Hey, so I'm back. It took me forever to do that. So that's what the petal ended up looking like, though. I think I'm gonna push it out a little bit more like that. I cut the center down to like 1 inch, so I'm going to be able to do it 1 inch. In order to do that, I had to have enough length to do 15 or 16 petals. So that's why I'm in the midst of cutting. To be honest, I just got carried away and started cutting. I was like, oh, hey, I'm making a video. I need to get back to that. But okay, we'll just pretend I was doing it all along. So just going to slice them up like this. They each come out a little bit different, but I think they're really pretty. All right, so with the end piece, I might have ended up with 15. It's fine. We'll make do with what we got. All right, so I'm gonna go take all these petals and I'm gonna make them a little more pointed on the ends, like the sunflowers actually are. And then I'm gonna start putting them around the center. I'll be back to show you what that looks like. Just a quick note. Ooh, sorry. Just a quick note. When you're gonna go ahead and pinch these in, I was just starting to kind of put these on the center, and I realized just kind of push it down just a little bit to flatten that up, and it's gonna make it flatten on there a little bit better. And that way it'll make it, the centerpieces all around a little more solid when you put them on. So I'm not gonna bore you through doing each single piece, but if you get what I mean, then it kind of fills in that centerpiece. I'll be back. And I'm back. All of them fit in pretty well. I think I ended up doing 16. I hope you guys like that. really excited with the way it turns out. It'd be great if you haven't subscribed yet, if you could subscribe to my channel, Artwork by Colleen. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. The final touch I'm going to say is I'm going to have to put in something in here in order to keep it from distorting while I reduce it. Generally speaking, I like to use translucent, but that's been in rather short supply lately, so I may have to go with another color. But thanks for watching. Just one final note. I decided on this green. I had some green left from another project, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it in the green. And that way maybe I can leave it wrapped sometimes, and sometimes I'll cut it. Okay, thanks. Here's the finished product. One final note. A couple of these didn't come out quite as pointy as I would have liked them. In hindsight, if I had gone in with the green a little bit further on those and given them a little more definition, it would have been better. But all in all, I think the green looks good with it, and I'm happy with the finished product.